you don't want to rent. What do you want to do? You want to own. You don't want to just own, you want to pay it off. So generations from now, it's in your family. It's not just yours, it's for yours for generations. There's this desire to want to have what's called stability. You want stability. You don't want to be, if you're a young man or a woman, or especially young men, they have a good job, they're living in an apartment, salary is good. What are your parents always telling you? Buy a house, buy a house, buy a house. Settle down. They're telling you to settle down. Allah says here, you can settle down. خَالِدِينَ فِيهَا أَبَدًا. You can remain in it permanently. And this is amazing housing because there are no bills, there's no maintenance, there's no plumbing, there's no electrical problems, right? There's no HOA dues, nothing. خَالِدِينَ فِيهَا أَبَدًا, without any of the strings attached. And this is Allah's gift to us. And when you compare it, whatever Allah has to offer in Jannah, when you compare it to whatever you have in dunya, you will see how the dunya fails. How it fails. The most beautiful home, it gets dirty. Right? It has to be maintained. It starts falling apart. It starts getting boring. Cracks start showing up. Things happen. But those homes, خَالِدِينَ فِيهَا أَبَدًا. The most expensive house, you were living in it, financial troubles came, you couldn't pay property tax, now the government steps in. Right? Something's always there. It's never totally yours. It's never totally yours. But Allah is saying, this is totally yours. What an incredible motivation Allah gives. So it's the essence of the deen in the one ayah, and the essential motivation. I'm giving you a house. The essential motivation in the other ayah, which is at the heart of every human being's desire. At the heart of every human being's desire, there's the desire for a nice house. Every one of us has it. It's pre-programmed. We can't even fight it. And those of you that are younger, don't think who have it. I'll talk to you in a couple of years. If it's not there before, it kicks in later. But it kicks in. And you can't even help yourself. So Allah Azza wa Jal speaks to our nature. Then He says, the ultimate gift. This was the small gift, by the way. The ayah is going to get bigger. The bigger gift is coming. رَضِيَ اللَّهُ عَنْهُمْ. Allah will be satisfied with them. Allah will be pleased with them. This is Allah's promise to those who simply did what? لِيَعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ مُخْلِصِينَ لَهُ الدِّينَ حُنَفَاءَ وَيُقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَيُؤْتُوا الزَّكَاةَ. One ayah, basically a transformational ayah, you fulfill that, Allah is happy with you. The master is happy with the slave. رَضِيَ اللَّهُ عَنْهُمْ. And unlike any other slave, وَرَضُوا عَنْهُ, and they will be completely satisfied and pleased with him too. Rida in Arabic means to be pleased with someone to the point where you have no complaints. You have no issues left. Everything, you're totally happy with them, you wouldn't want it any other way. There's no room for improvement. I wish you did this too. No, Allah is completely happy with them, and they are completely happy with Allah. Your kids even are never completely happy with you, even when you buy them stuff. Right? There's always something more you could have bought for them. Your wife is never completely happy with you. Your husband's never completely happy with you. Your parents are definitely never completely happy with you. Right? But Allah will be completely happy. It's an incredible gift. This gift makes you forget about the house and the Jannah and the gardens, because Allah, He built it up. You're thinking about this nice house. Let me tell you about even a bigger gift. And then imagine the way Allah will gift you, you will be so happy, no other thought will come in your mind. Even the most wealthy person, when they get everything they want, there's always something empty. Man, I want something more. I'm bored. They're completely satisfied with Him. And then at the end of this surah is something that ties to the beginning, and we conclude. ذَلِكَ لِمَنْ خَشِيَ رَبَّهُ. That is for the one who truly feared. Khashya. Khashya is in Arabic the fear of something greater than yourself. That's what khashya is. Different from khawf. Khashya is the fear of something greater than yourself. That is for the one who truly feared his master. Khashya rabbahu. The one he worships and the one he is a slave to. The surah began with a discussion of how the world was fragmented. Munfakeen. The world was not going to be brought, these lines were not going to be drawn until Al-Bayyinah came. We started in the beginning talking about how when this revelation came, this revelation that came down in the night of power, how powerful the revelation itself was, that the world was divided into the people of La ilaha illallah and everybody else. The world was divided. But who were these people? Who truly feared their master. We said this in the beginning, I'll just reiterate it and I'm done. The word munfakina in the first ayah, لم يكن الذين كفروا من أهل الكتاب والمشركين منفكين حتى تأتيهم البينة. Infikak in Arabic, infak al-azam, like I said, when your bone is in the place in your shoulder and it's dislocated, that's called infak al-azam. The bone is dislocated because of weakness. It's a painful dislocation. This is the image given of people who said La ilaha illallah and disconnected themselves from their ways of kufr and shirk before Islam. It wasn't easy because their families were doing and their society was doing the same thing for thousands of years sometimes. Hundreds of thousands of years. Their citizenship, their respect, their dignity depended on their religious identity, and they walked away. They dislocated themselves from their religious identity when Bayyinah came, when this true, completely undeniable proof came. This is because they did not fear what's going to happen in that society. They did not fear that they're going to get ridiculed. Whether they were Muslims from Persia, whether they were Muslims from India later on in Islamic history, or the Sahaba themselves in the Prophet's life. They didn't fear when they disconnect themselves from the society of kufr what will happen. Because who did they fear more? If they didn't fear the society, who were they fearing that they did that? ذَلِكَ لِمَنْ خَشِيَ رَبَّهُ. So it's connected with what came in the beginning. That infikak would never have happened. That separation would never have happened unless by a people who truly, truly feared their master. May Allah Azza wa Jal make us of those who fear them.